Sports fans, we are live. Welcome to the Sports Behavior Podcast. I'm your host, OG the Beast. Y'all already know how we get down, man. Y'all already know how we get down, man. I'm happy to see everybody in here that decided to join me. Late night shit. We on some late night shit. It is what it is. Look, shout out to them loyals over there on YouTube, man. Y'all been putting in work, man, trying to, see what I've been on. I appreciate everybody asking me what I've been on lately and if I'm all right. Those things like that, man, it means a lot to me coming from y'all. Y'all don't understand. I just love to just hop on here just to chop it up with my boys, man. Chop it up with my dogs, man. Shout out to everybody that's in this Twitch live and in act. As you can see, we are about to discuss the top 10 quarterbacks going into 2022. Now, ESPN dropped their list. Everybody has some negative to say about it. Listen, everybody has their own lists, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody has their own list. Who am I to judge ESPN? If that's how they feel, that's how they feel. I'm not one to place judgment because I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to keep it a buck. Y'all might not like my list. Y'all might feel like I got somebody too low that should be higher. Y'all might feel like I got somebody too high that should be lower. But that's the point of debate, man. I'm always up for debate. I don't shy away from no debate. I don't shy away from no debate. D. Reed. No Stafford, no Burrow was crazy yet. Hey, that's their list, man. Everybody got their own list. Shout out to everybody that's in here. Shout out to my man KB. Herbert over Burrow. He already know where I'm going. We had these conversations, man. We ain't going to give nothing away, though. Reed gave out his. Remember when you said you can't be top 10 if you're a non-top 75 player, outplayed you in the finals? Larry Bird got outplayed by his teammate Cedric Maxwell and didn't get a finals MVP. I remember that conversation, and you forgot the criteria. You left out a major point to that criteria that I made. I did Westside Hoops. You went home and you did some homework. You ain't going to find nobody, man. Listen, when I come on here and say this shit, I say this shit because I've already done my homework on it. I've already done my research on it, right? You missed out a major component. What I said was in his prime. No player in their prime. When Tim Duncan got outplayed by Tony Parker, I know this is off topic, but I got to address that just so we clear. When Tim Duncan got outplayed by Tony Parker in the 2007 finals against the Cavs, Tony Parker's not a top 75 player. Cedric Maxwell isn't a top 75 player, but Tim Duncan was in his 10th season. He was still in his prime. No player in NBA history can say they got outplayed by somebody that's a non-top 75 player while being in their prime. That's the point you missed. Let's see what else we got up in here. Bro, you got the best sports knowledge on TikTok. I appreciate you, man. I really appreciate you. I try. I try. History is my greatest aspect of the game, and I feel like, if I could spew whatever I know to y'all, whatever I got, I'm gonna give it to you. Point blank, period. You may have Hurts in it. Hey, you never know. Do I got Jalen Hurts up in this jank? Do I got Jalen Hurts up in here? Well, since y'all seem to be ready, let's discuss this. Top 10 quarterbacks, NFL quarterbacks going into the 2022 season. To kick this joint off, right? I got Kyla Murray at 10. Now, Kyla Murray is a quarterback, dual threat quarterback, right? He is the Carolina Panthers. And there's a couple of guys on this list that are their teams, right? Bad stretch during the second half of the season last year. Still had a solid season, right? Completed 69% of his passes. Completed 69% of his passes. That's incredible. Improving every year as a young talent, young asset, former number 1 overall pick. What can you say bad about Kyla Murray, to be honest with you? Injuries down the stretch did hurt him. But Kyla Murray still performed at a serviceable level. Over 4,000 total yards of offense, 30 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. That's not bad. I'm sick of seeing these lists that don't have Kyla Murray in a top 10. I had Kyla Murray in my top 10 heading into last season. And I want to see some improvement. I like the guys I got ahead of Kyla Murray right now. I want to see some improvement from Kyler. He's going to have to deal with no D-Hop for the first 8 games. He'll be out. But you still got Zach Ertz. You still got Hollywood, can't catch a cold Brown. You know what I'm saying? You still got James Conner in that backfield, a few great additions to that offense. I like what the Cardinals have to offer, but Kyla Murray, I think, needs to take that developmental leap as a passer and as a runner, splitting the two down the middle. He's top 3 dual threats in the entire NFL. I don't know where he ranks. We could discuss that on a later note, but I just know he's top 3. And the other 2 guys I got is Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. But Kyler Murray, to me, needs to be talked about more often because I think he's a special, special talent. And like I said in the introduction, he is the Arizona Cardinals. What were the Arizona Cardinals before this man walked through the door? A poverty franchise, and he completely changed life in Arizona. So shout out to my man Kyler Murray. He's a straight dog. Yes, I do feel like more people think Brown is the GOAT. Yo, what's poppin', D-Zo? How you feeling? Yeah, Hollywood Brown is going, he's going to take some pressure off of him. Hopefully he worked on his hands, man, and he won't do Kyler like he did Lamar, man, because he did my man Lamar shady. But let's move on. At number 9, this may surprise a couple of you guys, but I got Russell Wilson at 9. And the reason I have Russell Wilson at 9, I did some deliberation. I did some thinking, some true pondering, because I don't like Russell Wilson this low on this list. But all of his numbers was down from a year ago, right? And the one aspect of Russell Wilson's game that I hate dearly is he tries to play too much hero ball. Russell Wilson plays entirely too much hero ball, right? Sometimes you just got to take what's there. He takes care of his body. Yes, he knows how to slide. He knows how to get out of bounds, but he plays a lot of hero ball. Sometimes that forces him to do bad things on offense, uncharacteristic things on offense. We all know this guy's a Super Bowl champion, 54 QBR last year. That's the lowest of his career. But I still think Russell Wilson is an elite player, and we got a lot to look forward to. He can improve on his list, but honestly, if we keeping it a buck, I think Russell Wilson's better years are behind him coming into this season. He'll be 34 years old. Now, I know quarterbacks are playing into their 40s, but we going to see. Maybe there's a resurgence in Denver. Cortland Sutton, I like what he brings to the table. Jerry Jeudy, I love what he brings to the table. You got the rookie Williams. You still got Melvin Gordon. You got a dual threat or a 1-2 punch back there in the backfield. I like what they bring to the offense as well. Defensively, they stout. One of the best defenses in the league Denver has. So it's like Russell Wilson has everything he needs around him to be successful next season. Let's see what he does with it, because everything is subject to change. You entitled to change your opinion when provided with new information. Now, going into the season, this is what I think of Russell Wilson based on the information he provided to me last season. He could be better than how he played last year. That's just how I feel about it. Are the weapons on Denver that much better than the ones in Seattle? That's a good question. I'll say they're younger. Tyler Lockett has been in the league for a while. DK Metcalf is solid. I think DK Metcalf is better than any receiver he's got over there, but DK Metcalf does have some errors in his game. And I think Jerry Jeudy is extremely slept on. I think Cortland Sutton is a dog. So, and to be honest with you, I think Cortland Sutton may have a better year than Jerry Jeudy. That's not to say that he's a better receiver than Jerry Jeudy, but Jeudy has some health issues. He needs to stay consistent with health before we start talking about him. But I think Cortland Sutton will lead this team in not only touchdowns, but I think he'll lead them in reception yards as well. Jerry Jeudy might be the better route runner, but Cortland Sutton is a dog, man. And I think they got something going on over there offensively, defensively. Look out for Denver this year. Denver can be trouble, but it all depends on the player, Russell Wilson. Can he be that Russell Wilson from 2 seasons ago that was an MVP candidate? That's soon to be told. But at number 8, I got a guy who had an incredible season last year, and most may argue he should be higher than where I got him at. But I have Matt Stafford at 8, right? Now, Matt Stafford had an incredible season last year. The reason why I have partially the reason why I have Matt Stafford at 8 is simply because I didn't even have this guy in my top 10 last season. So for him to jump where he's at to 8 to from 12, 13 to 8 now is an incredible leap in its own right from my perspective. I didn't have him in my top 10 last season. And then he left Detroit, which was a poverty franchise. And this is another guy that likes to play hero ball, but he left Detroit, which is a poverty franchise, and immediately became a winner. Immediately became a winner. All pro. Is he a Hall of Famer just yet? Probably not. But if he keeps up this consistent play with no other quarterbacks to compete with truly in the NFC outside of Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, he could get some all pros and some Pro Bowls, and that should be enough to put him over that hump to get him that gold jacket. But Matt Stafford, over 4,800 yards passing, 41 touchdowns, 17 interceptions is another reason why I have him at 8. He takes a lot of unnecessary chances. He likes to be flashy. Nothing wrong with that, but take care of the ball. Take care of the ball. 67% of his passes completed. That's incredible. If you guys know me, I like my quarterbacks to complete at least 65% of their passes. That lets me know you on the elite level side of accuracy. Even if it's short passes, I don't care. People like to complain at Tua for damn near completing 70% of his passes. Oh, well, they're short passes. I don't give a damn. Put the ball in the hands of your playmakers. This is football. That's what you do. Matthew Stafford, even with him taking a lot of chances, still completes nearly 70% of his passes. I love it. I love it. You got to put Staff on there, OG. Oh, he's on here. He's right here. Staff won a Super Bowl in his first season in that offense. They got Allen Robinson. Let's see what happens. I love it. Speaking of that offense, offensive line isn't terrible. They got Cam Akers. I love Cam Akers coming in that backfield. He's healthy. We saw what Cam Akers did in the playoffs. He's healthy. You got Allen Robinson, the new addition from the Chicago Bears. I like that. And people are down on Allen Robinson. But pay attention to A-Rob and that X for this team. And you still got Cooper Kupp, the Triple Crown guy from last year. This team is going to be trouble again. They ain't going nowhere. The L.A. Rams ain't going nowhere. Shout out to Matthew Stafford. He's leading the charge, and I don't think he'll slow down, man. I think Matthew Stafford is here to stay. He's playing elite-level ball, and now he's been playing elite-level ball, but now it's just getting showcased because he's playing in California, and he played on the biggest stage, and he capitalized on having weapons for the first time in his career, multiple weapons for the first time in his career. Let's be honest. This man's never had a running back. Matthew Stafford has never had a running back in his career. Who's been his best running back? I mean, Reggie Bush. I mean, who's been Matthew Stafford's best running back? That receiving back that they had, what's his name? Riddick? Theo Riddick? Who's been Matthew Stafford's best running? He's never had a running game. The whole franchise is just a poverty franchise. It's been shaky from the jump. But, OG, you think the Rams going to be back next year? I'm a Seahawks fan looking forward to the tank and the KW2 breakout this season. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why the LA Rams can't make it back to another Super Bowl. I don't see it. I do believe Tom Brady's looking for revenge, but in the NFC, man, it's wide open. And when I say wide open, I mean it's wide open for about legit like maybe 5 teams. So I think this rests on the shoulders of Matthew Stafford, and he's an extremely elite quarterback, and I got all the faith in the world. I wouldn't be surprised to see the LA Rams back in the Super Bowl representing the NFC again. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. Make a Discord. I'm thinking about it. I thought about making a Discord. If I made a Discord, and that's another thing on my notch that I had to put forth effort to, shit, I might have to charge you guys to get up in there for that exclusive shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if y'all willing to pay for it, let me know, man, and I'll make a Discord. It won't be too much money, like $5 or something like that, but it'll have to be something worth my time, to put another task to do on my to-do list. So, yeah, Stafford proved what many knew in the Super Bowl win. Yeah, the Lions organization that can't build around talent. I mean, he's had no talent in Detroit at all. No talent whatsoever. The minute he gets a few targets and a head coach that can call some plays, off to the races. So Stafford also, even though I feel like his better years are behind him, Stafford also has the opportunity to move up into this list. Now, with him being able to showcase his skills on the highest stage, being where he's at in his career with this LA team, I don't see things slowing down for them. All right, let's move on. Number 7. I got Justin Herbert. Now, I know, don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot me down, because I know you guys are in love with Justin Herbert. KB, that's his man. You love you some Justin Herbert, right? Justin Herbert is incredible, the young sensation. Unc used to tell me all the time, he say, nephew, man, he remind me of Dan Marino. Like, and I could see it. At first, I didn't see it, but now I can see it. The quick release. He's got a rocket for an arm, all the intangibles. The only gripe I have with Justin Herbert is his lack of rah-rah. He's very bland, to say the least. Justin Herbert doesn't have that get in your ass like Psycho Tom does. Matthew Stafford, you hear him yelling in these huddles. You know, Russell Wilson and Kyla Murray, they lead, they guide, they direct their men. They're a leader of men. I don't know if Justin Herbert possesses what it takes to be a leader of men. Maybe I haven't seen it just yet, but he's a little bit too quiet for me. Even Andrew Luck was a quiet quarterback, but he was still a leader of men. He'll get in your ass if need be. Pause. But I don't know if Justin Herbert got that in him, and he's got a nice little young core over there, even though Keenan Allen is aging. I like what Austin Eckler brings to that offense. You got Mike Williams over there, who's all of 6'5", 6'6", excellent red zone threat. I love what he brings to it. Justin Herbert led this team to the second best offense in the league last year, right? Over 5,000 yards thrown, 38 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. Again, I like my quarterbacks to complete at least 65% of their passes. Justin Herbert completed 65% of his passes last year. This rookie is only going to get better. I call him a rookie because he's going into his third season. He still has a lot to learn. This young quarterback will only get better. The sky's the limit for Justin Herbert. And I know everybody's on the bandwagon of Justin Herbert right now, and people saying he should be top 5. Hold on. Pump the brakes, man. Pump the brakes. It's all about how you feel. If you feel like Justin Herbert is a top 5 talent, I'm not mad at that. I just disagree. I understand where you coming from because I like what I see from the kid too. But I'm just not ready to put him in the top 5 yet over the guys that I have in there. I'm sorry. He's definitely a dog. Andrew Luck was one of my favorite quarterbacks, no doubt. Andrew Luck was an animal. Dak Prescott better not be on this list. Hey, I'm a big Dak Prescott fan. Even though I'm an Eagles fan, I'm a big Dak Prescott fan ever since Mississippi State. I knew he was going to be a dog. Drafted in the 3rd, 4th round by the Cowboys. He was behind Tony Romo. I knew he was going to get a legit shot. I thought Dak would be top 10. Hey, you should pretty much be able to guess that if Dak wasn't in at least 8, 9, 10, he probably ain't making this list. Let's be honest with you. Let's be honest. Yeah, an O-line that actually prides himself on keeping them standing. Yeah, Jared Goff was able to go to the Super Bowl with the Rams. So, yeah, but Jared Goff was the reason they lost that Super Bowl against the Patriots as well. Couldn't complete a pass. They scored like 6 points in that game. The Patriots didn't score much, but they didn't need to considering how the Rams was playing on the offensive side of the ball. Why do you think they got rid of Jared Goff immediately the season after that? Because they feel like they had a legit shot, or not the season after that. It was 2 years later. They felt like they had a legit shot. Now, who was the offense built around? Who was the offense catered to when Jared Goff and the LA Rams went to the Super Bowl? That wasn't his offense. That was Todd Gurley's offense. They ran a lot of 11 personnel, and they let Todd Gurley run out of that single back formation all day long. That wasn't Jared. This Rams team that just won, this was Matthew Stafford's squad. Real talk. This was Matthew Stafford's squad. So there should be no discussion, no debate here about that right there. But let's move on, right? I ain't trying to have y'all here all night. At 6, we got my man, Lamar Jackson, right? The disrespect for Lamar Jackson stops now because I'm sick of it. Just like I tell you guys with Stephen Curry. Just because he doesn't do it the way you're used to seeing him or seeing other quarterbacks do it, just because he doesn't do it the way you used to seeing it be done, doesn't mean that it can't be done the way that this guy is doing it. We're going to stop the disrespect. Lamar Jackson is the Baltimore Ravens. Look at the Baltimore Ravens record and where they were before they got Lamar Jackson. Before he fell out of the sky into Ozzie Newsome's hand, he was his last draft pick before Ozzie Newsome stepped down as general manager. It was a damn good draft pick. Lamar Jackson here, 4.2, 4.3 speed. Cannon for an arm. Could be better on the completion side of things. Could be better with accuracy, and especially his deep ball accuracy. He could be better. But let's not slight the fact that Lamar Jackson is one of the best dual threats of all time. Probably the best dual threat of all time. Lamar Jackson was 7-5 last season as the starter for the Ravens. They were 1-4 without Lamar. He is the Baltimore Ravens. He brought what it means to be a winning franchise back to Baltimore from the moment he walked through the door. The moment they gave him the keys was the moment they became winners again. Almost 1,000 yards rushing last season, and he only played 12 games. Lamar only played 12 games, had almost 1,000 yards rushing last season. 3,600 total yards, 18 touchdowns with no wide receiver help. Hollywood drop a pass Brown? Yeah, he was out there. Gabricio. When has Lamar ever had some legitimate wide receiver help? His best target is a tight end in Mark Andrews. They had 3 tight ends his MVP season. Like, when is the Baltimore Ravens going to get him some help? You got Rashad Bateman in. Let's see what this young cat can do, right? I mean, let's stop disrespecting Lamar Jackson, please, for me. Lamar Jackson is an MVP. Yes, he had a bit of a down year last year, but he still plays solid, and he is the Baltimore Ravens. Without him, they are nothing. 1-4 last year without Lamar Jackson. That's a prime example. Like, we got to cut this out when it comes to Lamar. Is Lamar better than Vick? Yes. I'm taking Lamar Jackson over Michael Vick. The only thing Michael Vick's deep ball accuracy was questionable. But if you wanted to ask, the only category I would take Vick over when it comes to Lamar is deep ball. Vick's arm was stronger than Lamar's, but we're not going to sit here and act like Lamar ain't got a cannon as well. So far, the list is good. I appreciate it. Lamar was in my top 5 last year, but he regressed a little bit. He had a down season, injury plagued. He only played 12 games last year, right? So let's see what he does this year. Let's see if Rashad Bateman can be who they think he is. You know, we got a healthy running back. That's another thing. Lamar Jackson had 3 running backs injured last year. He had no running game. And look what happened. He ended up getting hurt because he has to be the hero now. They need help on that offensive side of the ball. What's that running back they got now? He tore his ACL last year. Slipping my mind right now. I can't think of the running back for the Baltimore Ravens. Help me out, chat. Running back for the Baltimore Ravens tore his ACL last year, missed the whole season. What's his name? I can't think of his name. Help me out. But yeah, he Dobbins, J.K. Dobbins. He's healthy. J.K. Dobbins is fully healthy this year, should be ready for week 1. We'll see what happens with Baltimore, man. Like, he needs a running game. A dual threat quarterback's best friend is a quality running back, and vice versa. So, especially the way the Greg Roman has that offense and how they like to run that offense over there. So, I mean, the Lamar Jackson hate needs to stop immediately, because I'm sick of it. All right, let's move on with the list. Let's get to this top 5. At 5, we got Joe Burrow. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Oh, gee, how do you have Joe Burrow 2 spots ahead of Justin Herbert? It goes back to the introduction for Justin Herbert. I just think Joe Burrow has that it factor. What I was alluding to that I think Justin Herbert is missing, maybe we'll see it this year, that leadership, that get in your ass like a quarterback is supposed to. Joe Burrow has that it factor. It just can't be explained. I don't know what it is about him, but I love him. Been watching him since LSU. I pulled up to see Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and I end up seeing Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow, like, who are these guys? And that immediately transitioned straight to the NFL from his rookie campaign. Joe Burrow, Super Bowl appearance last year. We cannot overlook that. Joe Burrow brought the Cincinnati Bengals to the Super Bowl. The Bengals. We cannot overlook that. I think I need you guys to understand and stress how powerful that statement is that I just said. Let me reiterate it. Joe Burrow led the Cincinnati Bengals to the Super Bowl, an organization that its fan base used to wear bags over their heads because they were so atrocious. They just had a Super Bowl berth last year thanks to Joe Burrow. 70% of his passes was completed. That was enough to lead the league. Joe Burrow completed 70% of his passes last season. This dude is a man amongst boys. Over 4,600 yards and 34 touchdowns. Incredible arm. Nothing but greatness is ahead of Joe Burrow. As of right now, I think he's better than Justin Herbert. That's just my opinion, though. But let's move on. At number 4, we got this guy right here, Josh Allen. Now, I'm going to say something about Josh Allen that I don't know you guys will agree with, but we about to find out right now. I think Josh Allen is the best dual-threat quarterback in the league. MVP candidate the last few seasons of his career. This dude almost had 1,000 yards rushing last year with 4,407 yards passing. Like, Josh Allen is ridiculous. And this was a guy that I wasn't really sold on because he didn't do much coming out of college, right? I think he went to Wyoming. He didn't do much coming out of college into the NFL. He was known as a guy that was inaccurate, low completion percentage. But Josh Allen in that performance that he put on against Patrick Mahomes completely won me over last year. I said, I got to stop disrespecting this guy. I had Lamar Jackson ahead of Josh Allen, but he's proven to me that he deserves to be in the conversation with the guys that I got ahead of him. Josh Allen is nothing short of a dog. Nothing short of a dog. Like I said, to reiterate, he might be the best dual threat quarterback in the league. No doubt about that. Shout out to Josh Allen, man. He deserves every bit of praise he's been getting lately, and he's only getting better. He's only getting better. This man is a legit 6'4", 6'5", 245 pounds. This man is a linebacker running out of the power I. Like, it's crazy. I just pray he don't get hurt playing like that, but he's like a modern-day Cam Newton that can throw for 4,500 yards in a season, and they added an extra game. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy becomes the first quarterback to throw for 5,000 yards and still rush for damn near 1,000. Josh Allen, man, I think he's because of what he does on the passing end of his because of what Josh Allen does on the passing end of the spectrum. That's what makes him more of an elite dual threat than Lamar Jackson, in my opinion. OG, not OJ. I haven't watched you in a minute. What happened to Chill? You know, he decided to go his own way. You know, he doing his own thing. Shout out to Chill Town 32. You know, that's still Unc. We still talk at least once a month, twice a month. You know what I'm saying? That's still Unc. You know what I'm saying? He's just doing his own thing right now. But Josh Allen, though, man, he's a man amongst boys. He's a man-child. And like I said, to be honest with you, the show that him and Patrick Mahomes put on in the playoffs last season completely won me over. Completely won me over. Now, let's reiterate this. This list is without assuming, this is without Deshaun Watson. He ain't played in over 2 years, so I can't put Deshaun Watson in my top 10. So this list is definitely without Deshaun Watson, for those of you wondering. Because if it was, Deshaun Watson would be in my top 5. And I don't want to ruffle no feathers with that. So I just decided to keep him out of the list because he may serve 4 to 6 games this year. We don't know. So we'll just keep him out of the list. But let's move on. At number 3, I got the man, the myth, the legend, the GOAT, Thomas Edward Patrick Brady. Tom Brady is just nothing short of incredible. 44 years of age, still able to do what he's able to do and do what he's been doing in the National Football League at 44 years old. How could you not have Tom Brady? Tom Brady's going to be in my top 3 until proven otherwise. I refuse to put anybody else in my top 3 over Tom Brady until proven otherwise. I'm sorry. So anybody that feels like Josh Allen should be top 2, top 3, anybody that feels like Justin Herbert should be top 2, top 3 quarterbacks in the league, missed me with all of that. Completely missed me with all of that. Tom Brady led the league in completions, attempts, yards, and touchdowns last year. This 44-year-old quarterback had over 5,300 yards passing, 43 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions in an air raid offense. Let me emphasize that to you. Air raid offense. They take a lot of risks in this offense. It's all down the field. 12 interceptions ain't bad. Jameis threw 30 in this same offense. Tom Brady is really the GOAT. He's the greatest quarterback of all time. What's understood don't need to be explained. Tom Brady is not coming out of my top 3 until he wets the bed. I'm sorry. I don't care what you think about Allen. I don't care what you think about Burrow. I don't care what you think about Herbert. Tom Brady ain't coming out my top 3. I'm sorry. He's not. And I wouldn't be surprised if Tom Brady came out here next year and duplicated the success that he had last year with another Super Bowl appearance. Like, I would not be surprised to see Tampa Bay in the Super Bowl represent the NFC. Tom Brady will not be denied, man. No Gronk, no problem. Chris Godwin coming off of ACL, no problem. You got a healthy Leonard Fournette in that offense. Antonio Brown not there, whatever, no problem. Chris Godwin coming back off the ACL. You got a healthy Leonard Fournette. I love Leonard Fournette. They beefed up that offensive line. You got Mike Evans coming back. He's healthy. Let's just hope it stays that way. We already know what they bring defensively. I don't see why Tom Brady couldn't represent the NFC in the Super Bowl this year. Number 2. We got Aaron Rodgers. A-Rod. What bad can you say about A-Rod? Well, he's inconsistent when it comes to the playoffs. He hasn't won a Super Bowl since 2010. He needs to play better down the stretch in these games, the big games I'm talking about. He's a regular season player. He's like Peyton Manning. These are all of the negatives I hear about him. But guess what? He's a back-to-back MVP, 4-time league MVP all time, right? Back-to-back league MVP. Aaron Rodgers is the most efficient quarterback of all time. Yeah, he throws the ball away a lot, but people like to criticize him for that. Are we really criticizing the quarterback for taking care of the football? Noticing that this play isn't going to go anywhere, so let me get rid of the football and live to see another down. I wish a lot of quarterbacks had that mindset. Russell Wilson likes to play hero ball. Matt Stafford likes to play hero ball. They'll probably try to make throws downfield and take risks that don't need to be taken. Yes, you can call Aaron Rodgers a choke, or you can say he needs to perform better in the playoffs. We'll see. Let's give him another opportunity. His better years may be behind him, but I can't even say that. I can't even say that with a straight face. So, man, he'll be 40 years old when the season starts. Like, I just don't understand it. Aaron Rodgers hasn't thrown double-digit touchdowns in over a decade. 4,100 yards passing last year, 37 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions. His touchdown-to-interception ratio is bonkers. How could you go against Aaron Rodgers at number 2? He's arguably, you can make a legitimate case for Aaron Rodgers to be the best quarterback in the league. What's understood don't need to be explained. But number 1, I think everybody should already know where I'm going with this. Patrick Mahomes. No Tyreek Hill, I don't care. Patrick Mahomes is the best, literal best at everything you could ask for out of a quarterback. Arm strength, accuracy, mobility, pocket awareness, downfield throwing power, like short range throwing power, decision making, Everything about Patrick Mahomes screams elite. And I don't think there's another quarterback that's touching him in this league, especially with him having youth on his side. Patrick Mahomes has a legitimate case that in maybe 10 years, 12 years, we could be looking at him saying he might be giving Tom Brady a run for your money as the greatest quarterback to ever play this game. We're not going to push the needle that far just yet, but I wouldn't put it past Patrick Mahomes to be able to make a compelling case 12 to 15 years from now. If he can last that long into this league, I just think Patrick Mahomes is incredible. He lost Tyreek Hill, right? They replaced him with Juju Smith-Schuster. You know, they still got Travis Kelce in the building, which I like. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I need to see more from him because they need a running game in Kansas City. Andy Reid needs to implement some type of running game. They added another running back, too, to complement Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Ronald Jones from Tampa. They added him to the offense to complement Clyde Edwards-Helaire. But I don't care. I just feel like no matter who's around you, as long as you got Patrick Mahomes, I'm never going to count you out. I feel like you have a legitimate shot to not only make it, but win the Super Bowl every single season as long as you got number 15 on your squad. That's just how I feel. You guys may feel different about it, but what's understood don't need to be explained. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league to me. Mahomes going to be the Braun of football. It's very possible. It's very possible. So as we look at this list, you can say what you want to say, right? We could debate this shit all day long. But this is my top 10 quarterbacks going into the 2022 season without Deshaun Watson. Kyla Murray, Russell Wilson, Matthew Stafford, Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, and, of course, Patrick Mahomes. What y'all think about this list, man? W's or L's in the chat, man. Let me know what y'all think about this list. I need to know. I'm on the need-to-know basis. We got W's or we got L's in the chat. What y'all thinking? Why do you not have Carr respectfully? I just don't think David Carr has been consistent. You know, I like what David Carr brings, especially with the Raiders, but I just don't think he's better than any of these guys on this list. Listen, things are subject to change. I didn't have Matthew Stafford on my top 10 quarterbacks list last year. Let Derek Carr come. Look, Derek Carr's got a few weapons. I like what they did with the young kid, Hunter Renfrow. He's showing some promise. They took care of him. They paid him. They got Hunter Renfrow out there on the outside. They got Tay Adams, the best wide receiver in the league, in my opinion, playing the X for you. You got Darren Waller back. He's healthy. You got Josh Jacobs in the backfield. Let's see what they do, man. He has everything he needs to be successful. Let's see what he can accomplish this season with the money on the line. Let's see. This offense is proficient, so let's see what you do with it. Now, if Derek Carr comes out here and he balls out, he give me 50 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 5,000 yards passing, I may have to slash somebody out. But Dak Prescott is also debatable. But Dak Prescott gets his team behind. He plays from behind way too often. Dak Prescott explodes in the fourth quarter, second half of football games, but he doesn't have that same energy from beginning to end. Dak Prescott only plays 30 minutes of football, more times than not. That's my beef with Prescott. He should be somewhere. He's definitely top 15, but if you're talking about the elite of the elite, I think these 10 guys exemplify that to the umpteenth power. But W's in the chat if you enjoyed yourself. Go sub to the YouTube, man. Everybody go sub to YouTube. I appreciate everybody dropping through, man. It's getting late. It is 10 o'clock at night for me. I haven't even eaten dinner yet. I had so much on my plate this morning, a whole day, man, a whole damn day. I appreciate everybody stopping through. Dubs in the chat if you enjoyed yourself, man. Please go sub to the YouTube. Drop a like if you're brand new. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't watch it, man, just go support, man. You know, I need all the support I can get right about now, man. I'm pushing out extra hours to try to get this content to you guys, man. I appreciate everybody that shows love and that supports me. I hope you guys have a great rest of y'all night. If you missed the episode or you came in late, you know it's going to be over there on YouTube, man. You know I got to drop it over there for the loyals over there as well. And for anybody that comes into this stream late, man. But for everybody else that rocks with your boy OG the Beast, you are greatly appreciated. And I love every single one of you guys, man. I'm off of this stream. OG out. What's up, y'all? OG the Beast here, and I appreciate you tapping into the Sports Behavior Podcast. If you made it this far, I greatly appreciate you. But if you want to stay connected with me, go ahead and drop me a follow on each and every one of these socials. That's how you stay locked in, man. I appreciate y'all stopping in. We talk football. We talk basketball here. And once again, you are greatly appreciated for stopping by. OG out.